I'm going for the platinum trophy in my friendly neighborhood. But if you think this is gonna be some Sesame Street nonsense, oh boy,
You're dead wrong.
not only do I have to fight my way through a creepy Muppet-infested TV studio, but I'll need to defeat every boss, beat the game on the hardest, most unfriendly difficulty, and somehow make it through without saving or healing once. What kind of sick, twisted puppet torture is this? Join me as I descend into this Muppet-filled hellhole and work to unlock all 44 trophies on the road to platinum. The story kicks off with something, well, off. The nightly broadcast gets interrupted by an old puppet show. You think I choose the easiest difficulty? Hell nah, I'm dumb.
Okay.
I choose survival,
Last job of the day.
which I'll come to regret later.
What's this one about?
We meet our main guy, Gordon. See, he's just trying to finish his last job of the day. Turns out this cursed puppet show is broadcasting over top normal programming. So, Gordon gets sent to shut down the broadcast array at the top of the tower. As long as I'm not physically climbing that tower, I'm straight. The work order also lets us know that Gordon is on thin ice. I mean, one more slip up and this nigga fired. While poking around in the truck, we find out Gordon has a medal from a war. Maybe that'll tie into the lore later. But we head into the building, ring the bell, and we meet our very first puppet, a sock named Ricky.
Your television will never be the same. Hold on. Did you say disconnect the antenna?
Now these mascots, they're not possessed, nor are they haunted or even mutated. They seem to be sentient beings. When we tell Ricky that we're here to disconnect the antenna, yeah, he flips out, tells us some bullshit, and then spits out a key card. I guess we gotta head over to stage 4 now. Before we leave, I do a little exploring, and I notice that the elevator is glued shut. That shit's crazy.
Glue?
Upstairs, we find some random puppet heads. Norman, Junebug, Leonard, Liliana, and George. And it looks like we can place something on them. On the way out, we find a medallion, take it outside and slot it into the aviary door. Now time to head over to stage 4, where we grab our first note off the wall. Just like other mascot horror games, the lore in My Friendly Neighborhood is packed into these notes. This one explains that Al Gerswald, who's the show's creator, was signed by City Networking Broadcast Group, and production was moved to this cursed location, the City Network Hotel Studio. We push deeper into the stage and are introduced to Norman. This nigga banging his head on a locked door like he trying to break in or something. Yeah, something feels off about him. And turns out these puppets aren't just weird. They're violent, like aggressively friendly violent. You're still here after Norman's ambush? Yeah, you're braver than me. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe before the puppet kicks down your door next. We eventually reach the dressing room, and inside we find Ricky yet again.
Now don't toddle off again. I've got some snackaroos waiting back in the lobby.
I need them
What's going on
snackaroos.
here?
And also something
My,
called the
that's where I
stenographer.
left that. And
See, Ricky mentions a character named Pearl,
Pearl?
You know, the enormous bird.
and that's when Norman and Leonard storm the room, kicking off our first, technically our second real encounter. Learn your ABCs. Find the...
Hey! Let's be excellent! Let's be excellent! Let's be excellent! Let's be
sorts of things.
Oh.
Make new friends. New friends sound very.
No fucks! Let's go!
What? But my aim? Yeah, that shit is ass, bro. So guess what? I die.
Give some time!
And when you die without saving, yeah, you restart from the beginning.
Last job of the day.
But we managed to make it back, and this time I learned about the puppet taping mechanic.
alphabet, huh?
Essentially, the only way to permanently disable enemies. But for this run here, I'm not using tape. I'm going for the trophy Tapeless. We keep exploring, find a blue circle key, which opens access to the main stage 4 room. But before heading in, we stop by a save station. But I'm not using it either. Yeah, no tape, no saves, because I gotta go for the trophy Reckless, which means no saving the entire game. So if I die, yeah, high stakes, bro. We gotta start this shit all the way from the beginning. Trust me, I die. I suck. A little deeper into the building, we find a VHS tape that gives us our first cheat code. And with that, we unlock trophy number 2, Scratched. Find a cheat tape. I don't know what the fuck it does, but I'll take it, baby. With all the chaos out of the way, we circle back around to stage 4, walk through the blue circle doors, and get ready for whatever puppet nightmare comes next. After entering stage 4, I realized it's a full-blown TV set. This is where the My Friendly Neighborhood show was actually filmed. I make my way through the different set rooms, dodging Pearl and the rest of the Muppet crew, while collecting a bunch of letter blocks scattered throughout this area. Along the way, I switch a pizza shop sign, and I also find a pair of glasses with eyeballs in them. Ain't pretty normal, right? Now I know what you're thinking. What do I even do with these glasses? Well, just as I'm about to collect the final letter block, I get jumped by Pearl, and instinctively, I unload the stenographer on her, hitting her for like 20 times that take no effect. Make Big Bird doesn't even flinch. But for all that wasted ammo, I unlock the trophy. It doesn't work. Waste 20 rounds on Pearl? Okay, that didn't work, y'all. That didn't work. I thought I could kill the bitch. I wasted 20 rounds on her. Shit. Then, as I'm next to Pearl, I notice a prompt. It says check. I get close, slide the glasses onto Pearl's face, and head back to the mirror. And guess what? We got a cutscene. See, this interaction is tied to the morning trophy, which requires you to make friends with certain puppets. But, as we'll learn later, this trophy can't actually be completed on this playthrough.
Stay nice and calm.
I calmed her down.
Been a long time since you saw yourself, huh?
All right, Pearl, we cool? Looking in the mirror, Gordon helped Pearl. Perfect. With that wrapped up, we place the letter blocks, spell out the word neighbor, and get a letter. I know, letter for a letter block, yeah, crazy. Drop it in the mailbox, and the bottom unlocks to reveal a crank. Time to backtrack to the hotel building. Now, side note, Ricky said that he had snacks for us, but that was in my very first playthrough. And well, since I died, I actually ended up skipping the cutscene the second time, so yeah, no snacks. But Ricky, I'll be back for that goddamn snack, bro, okay? While I'm in the hotel, I buy a bunch of candy bars and I eat every last one. Suddenly, I'm zooming full sugar rush mode. Thus earning the sugar rush trophy. Absolutely, bro. Oh shit, I'm quick. Now we head to where the neon lights are pointing. We crank the crank and slide down the secret manhole cover pipe slide thing straight into the sewers. Down here, we meet back up with Ricky, and he tells us about Ray, who's a monster janitor thing that's terrorizing the pipes. Pause? Damn, freaky. For our goal here, we gotta find the elevator. And along the way, we find a news article that gives us lore about the Northern War, which is a major event in this game's world. See, it was controversial, and the soldiers weren't welcomed back happily. Mostly because the war was televised to the public in real time. And yeah, you figure how war's gonna go. Trust me, more on this war is gonna come around in a bit. In the back halls of the sewers, we pick up a metal piece we'll need later. Get ambushed by Mr. Norman. What the fuck? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem later. Finally, we meet Ray's disgusting self. We find another metal piece and realize these are power sources. We bring them to this big yellow machine that spits out punch cards, and it's puzzle solving time. After some trial and error, we generate the right cards and further our descent into the sewers. I stumble into a hidden side area, find 2 buttons, hear a door open somewhere, and inside, another cheat tape. Yeah, we're acquiring these cheat tapes for another trophy, y'all. I climb upstairs, find a breaker box and a key, which means it's time to backtrack and finally unlock all those lock boxes that we skipped earlier. Along the way, I head into an office, finding a brand new gun, and unlock the trophy Loquacious. What is this, a black girl's name? Loquaqui. While we're in the, my bad, bro. Anyways, no racial. While we're in the office, we also see a poster for the Mystic Maze. Yo, take note because we'll definitely need this later for a puzzle. Back to business though. We track down the last 2 fuses, return to the breaker, and power it up to unlock the next area. And inside, yeah, we find some bolt cutters. Yeah, it's officially elevator time, baby. So I take my ass back down the long hallway, cut the chain on the locked door, find another cheat tape, then I head upstairs, taking the elevator to the next location. Oh, thank God I'm out of the sewers, bro. Get me the frick out of here. We now find ourselves deep in the office section. And let me tell you, the first time I ran through this part, oh my God, it did not go as planned at all. Front doors are locked, right? But we need to find a key to be able to move forward to get out of these doors. While I was running in circles looking for it, I stumbled across a yellow velvet mask. And I'm thinking, this gotta go on those head pedestals back in the main hotel building. But I keep pushing through the building and eventually reach the theater. Inside, I find a pink mask and quickly realize, yeah, this place is like one big maze. While getting lost in the chaos, I find a broadcast booth that has a game board and also a game piece. I'm not about to show you all 45 minutes of me running in circles, so let's just skip to the next big stop, the red game room. See here, I found Norman slumped in front of a board game, holding a key, a red diamond key to be exact. This man looks like he's been wanting to slap somebody all day. And the challenge? So you gotta move the game piece from start to finish, and you gotta get there before Norman does. But if you mess up, man, Norman bitch slaps the shit out of you, bro. Yeah, he slapped me a few times, I ain't gonna lie. But after a few rounds of puppet abuse, I finally win and I get the red diamond key. using it to unlock the door upstairs, which leads to the film room. And this part, ooh, this part pissed me off, bro. See, to unlock the trophy, a Star of Light, you need to get that giant green goblet, I think that's her name, to watch 2 reels. I mean, sounds simple, right? But the moment she finishes watching the first reel, she gets up and leaves. So now I gotta track down that second reel. And on my way back to the broadcast room, which I barely remember how to get to, I come across a red mask. And then finally, the purple mask. That's the last one. And with that collected, we backtrack through the sewers, open that red diamond door, and we find a pump piece, which is gonna be used later for you know, a puppet. Then I head into the shitter, aka the bathroom, and I find reel number 2. Time to head back to the film room and show Goblet a movie night she'll never forget. Freaky ass. But before I do that, I dip back through the office maze and somehow stumbled into another red diamond door. Inside, more head statues. See, there's a message on the wall. Our friends feel a lot of feelings. So now it's puzzle time. We gotta match the masks with the proper faces based on emotion. I matched them all up, and the reward, some dice. What am I even doing with these, bro? I haven't the slightest clue. Eventually though, I checked the safe we saw earlier in the red game room, and boom, that's where the dice go. And guess what's inside the safe? A miniature tank. Now I have no idea where this is going. Why is there a tank? Is it a toy? Is it a bomb? Is it both? Time to head back up to the film room. So I take film number 2, slap it in the projector, but surprise, the game's bugged, bro. Anytime I press 2, it shows reel number 4. I can't progress. Can't get the trophy. I mean, I guess so much for a Star of Light, right? And just to top it all off, you'll never believe this. I died. I died. Yep, all progress gone. Time to run it all back again. Did I mention I hate this fucking game? All right, we finally make it back again. And this time I used the tank to fix the elevator.
They should fix that elevator.
I ride it up and find ourselves in another office where we pick up the City Tribune and learn more about the Northern War. It's becoming clear that this war is tied to everything from Gordon's backstory to the state of the world. While poking around, I find what looks like a grenade called the Punctuation. Apparently it's a weapon, unlocking a trophy, a powerful point. We also grab the front door key and find a secret button under the desk, which opens a secret entrance behind a painting. Inside the attic, we grab another cheat tape and earn the trophy, Worn Out. But as I try to leave, this giant multi-eyed wall puppet blocks the path. And naturally, I waste all my ammo. This nigga launching Norman Loogies left and right. But I finally blast out all this nigga's eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Get out of here.
Escape the room and unlock the trophy, a breath of fresh air. Now, with the red key, we cut the power back onto the public park and head that way, passing a bunch of creepy puppet cutouts along the maze-like path. Eventually though, we spot the broadcast array and our boy Ricky shows up again. We push deeper into the park and come across a playground, and just past that, a literal dog. There are puppets and now puppet dogs. And they've got empty bowls, of course. We realize our new mission. We gotta create Barry's jam solvent. And I don't know who Barry is, but my nigga clearly jamming up everything, bro. Let's see, we're missing all 3 ingredients. So I grab the green triangle key and backtrack again. Since we've passed a few green triangle doors already. Solvent number 1, which is the film developer, it's located in the sewers. So I power up the elevator and head back to the red room, where I find a green triangle safe. And inside, a second medallion piece for the aviary door. Then I unlock the nearby green triangle door and find a movie reel, which we'll need later for a secret. Now we've got solvent 1 in hand. Before leaving the sewers though, I spot another green triangle door labeled Ray's Lair. Remember that pump part from earlier? Well, we use it here to fix Ray's pipes. I know what y'all thinking, bro. I'm not touching my man's pipes. But I did touch his pipes to earn a trophy called a Purging Tide. Back on the surface, I run into another dog that almost ends the entire run. You better believe I'm sweating, bro. But I escape, head to the aviary to drop off the medallion, and backtrack again to the real room to drop in reel number 3. See, it gives us a code, left 7, right 12, left 4, which we'll need that soon. Next up, I head to the green triangle room to grab solvent 2, trumpet polish. But before leaving, I find a cheat tape and a secret behind the curtains. One mask is missing though. Back to the aviary. See, I find some dog food, grab it and head to the main studio to revisit the red diamond door. And inside, another cheat tape. We push further into stage 4, open the first green triangle door, and get the playground key. And we use that key to enter the basement of stage 4, where we find a safe. Remember that code from the reel? Left 7, right 12, left 4? Well, I use it, unlock the safe, and find another fuse. I find a note explaining a scandal from the show's past. Turns out the human actor, Richie Bromine, left after Ray hit him with the clothes iron on set. But apparently Richie was talking about Al Gerswald, the creator. Richie also said that all the puppets are insane. And I mean, honestly, he's not wrong. And do you remember when we were in the sewers and we found that blueprint for the Mystic Maze? Well, we used the code on the bottom right side, and inside, we find the last mask. Now it's puzzle time again. We return to the playground, solve the Playhouse puzzle by placing Muppet pins where those cutouts were scattered around the park, collecting solvent number 3, Weed Killer. We finally feed the dogs, earning the trophy, dog's best friend. Hey, a dog's best friend. Gordon helps the dogs. Well, I love the dogs, bro. And with all 3 solvents in hand, we return to the greenhouse to make Barry's jam solvent. But before heading to the final elevator in the hotel, I used the last fuse to unlock a door in the breaker room. See, inside is the secret stage 5, unlocking the trophy treasure hunt. There's a weapon locked behind a treasure chest puzzle, but I was completely out of ammo. So yeah, next playthrough, I'll get that. If I die, I'm gonna be pissed. Also, I had 1 HP left. I was this close to death. So yeah, I headed back to the hotel and finally unjammed that sticky elevator. There we go.
Let's get this done.
See, before going up, I placed all the masks on the statues, unlocked a final secret door, and discovered a hidden QR code that links to a game's secret Discord server. We finally head upstairs, and while scavenging for ammo, I find a note describing how the city has been ripped apart by corporations, vultures picking at a corpse, and all that was good is gone. Only darkness remains. Further in, we find what looks like my kids' coloring book pages, in a creepy room made of cardboard and crayons. And in the distance, nails on chalkboard piano sounds. We check another room, find a cardboard computer, mess with the security cams, and hear something open. Then we head in the kitchen. We grab ingredients, mash them into weird items using cartoon logic, and create, well, a purple key from the fridge. And don't ask, it's puppet magic, okay? We use the purple key to swap out a real one, discover a book with numbered paintings, and find a puzzle piece in a nearby lockbox. See, collecting all 4 puzzle pieces solves the piano puzzle.
If you didn't stop banging on the piano like that,
What the hell is that, bro?
Start bleeding.
And help out Arnold's weird-ass puppet self, unlocking the trophy, Music for Hands. With nowhere left to go, we take the elevator up again, grab a final cheat tape, and begin the long, exhausting climb to the top of the tower. And who's waiting at the
Gordon,
top?
you
Ricky, of
don't
course.
have
I mean,
to
come
do
on, guys.
this.
Turns out he's been behind a lot of this. Not like in an evil way.
Neighbor,
I mean, he's not
it's a
lying,
city
bro.
of shuttered up hearts,
He's not
and
lying.
They need someone to let in the light.
But that's not the way to go about it.
I think that's you, Ricky.
He pleads with us. See, the show was canceled and the city had fallen and the execs wanted nothing but darkness, no light. My friendly neighborhood was supposed to be a beacon of hope, but we disconnect the broadcast array and fall into a new area. To survive that is insane, bro. Somehow, we survive the fall and get a call from Ricky who tells us about the unfriendly ones. These puppets aren't evil. They were just never exposed to the real world, and the second they watched actual TV, they became corrupted. We make our way through the dark and get confronted by a twisted Norman, and then an amalgamation of puppets. And with only 32 bullets in the clip, I chose mercy, bro, so I ran in circles until the door unlocked. We find one final note from Al Gerswald talking about how the show was meant to shine light into the world. We pick up another cheat tape. Upon making it out alive and sparing the monster, we earn the trophy Mercy.
Gordon, you're alive. I'm so proud.
Oh,
before you go, I was wondering if you'd do us a favor?
Oh?
Ricky asked us to stay to help rebuild the show.
Come on. Won't you be our neighbor?
Won't you be my neighbor? Now, do I say yes or no? I'm going to have to do the second ending anyway, so let's say yes.
Fine.
And for this playthrough, I
give it
said
a
yes, which unlocks the trophy one more season.
I helped the neighbors get a slot on public access TV. It was late night on weekdays. I don't think anyone watched it. Within a couple of weeks, though, word was starting to get out.
See, by the end of the run, we stacked a ton of trophies. Basic training for beating the game on normal, reckless for never using a save, tapeless for never taping a puppet, simplicity for only using the stenographer, passing grade for finishing with the B rank or higher, and A student for finishing with an A rank. Finished game with the A rank or higher. I got an A, so I need an S rank. And now it's time to clean up all these trophies. So we gotta hop back into another game. This run is focused on getting both the S rank and the S plus rank trophies. So I fire it up on veteran difficulty. Blast through the stage 4 area, and when I get to the double doors with the blue circles, instead of progressing like normal, honestly, I just leave. Straight back to the truck. I'm clocking out. That earns us the trophy, unfinished work. Sure, Gordon probably got fired, but I got the S rank, unlocking a wave of trophies. Honor roll, somewhat impressive, slightly staggering, soundly shocking, and we unlocked unfriendly difficulty. Now for the real pain, bro. This sucks. See, to get the next set of trophies, Simply Stupendous, First Mission, War Hero, Commando, we have to beat the game on unfriendly mode. I start to run and instantly hit a wall. See, as soon as I grab the stenographer, yeah, I die. The trick here isn't to knock the puppets out. It's to stagger them and then run past. Minimal damage, minimal risk. I make it back to the blue key area and discover the wrench just chilling there. And as soon as I pick it up, the trusty wrench trophy unlocks. This thing, my new best friend. My timing was somewhat trash though, so I died again. But once I learned the timing, swing before you reach the enemy and sprint right past, oh, I was in business. So I fire up the game again, do the same route from the S plus rank run earlier, grab the blue key, wrench my way through, and bounce early to earn Simply Stupendous. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. I just want the S rank. There we go, Simply Stupendous. That's for finish the game on unfriendly with that S rank. And now I'm gonna actually complete the game on unfriendly difficulty. This is gonna suck. This time, I push through to the office area, and this is where I suffer the most. I'm face to face with that purple wall nightmare armed with only one health flask and nothing but sheer willpower. I died for over an hour until this run here. See the trick? You gotta bust all this nigga's eyes out while dodging Norman loogies and survive 2 waves of tiny puppet demons. With 2 eyes left and 1 bullet, I said F it, bro. I ran up on him and won without taking a single hit. 2 more eyes. I haven't taken a single hit. Ah! You bitch! Oh!
That's right. Get out of here.
Let's go. Okay, I lied. I took a hit. But after that, the rest was smooth sailing. I coast through the rest of the game, say no to Ricky. I'm gonna go ahead and say no this time.
Sorry, Ricky. I just don't think that's
And at the end, unlock canceled yet again. Rejected Ricky's offer.
I got back to the office. I bought.
See, this run also netted us First Mission for survival difficulty, War Hero for veteran difficulty, and Commando for unfriendly difficulty. With the hard stuff done and the game finally patched, it was time to get friendly, literally. We do a full third run to get the puppet-specific trophies. Goblet and Morning Time. I made Pearl happy, showed Goblet both reels. Ah, there it is, a star of light. Let's freaking go for helping Goblet. Unclogged raised pipes.
I'll pipe. Start hitting.
I'm a pipe cleaner, bro. Pause.
That won't fix anything.
Fed all the dogs. And finally, grab that treasure chest in stage 5. And what's in the treasure chest? Yeah, the conclusion. Earning us pure rhetorical power. See, I'm gonna need this weapon for the final boss. I helped Arnold's whiny ass with this piano puzzle. And finally, headed into the unfriendly neighborhood. We unleashed hell on the final boss. And this time, Brought him down with the, you know what I'm saying? Got him. Bitch. Now I'm smoking on a flingle hopper dingle dopper pack. Bitch. And for killing him, we unlocked the trophy Resurrection. And because we helped all 5 puppets, we unlocked the alternate ending and the trophy Mourning.
I helped the neighbors get a slot on public access TV.
And in that same run, I also earned Streamline for no toolbox use and Survivor for not using any healing items. One trophy still bugged me though, Hospitality. So I went back, watched all the cutscenes, let Ricky tell me that he had snacks for me, and I finally went back into the hotel, earning Hospitality. Now, just 4 trophies remain. Neighborhood Veteran, Neighborhood Family, Cheater's Reward, and Final Mystery. So, it's time to dive into the Neighborhood mode. This is a timed endless horde mode where you need to survive and hit a S rank for every character. My first run, total failure. But I unlocked a new character, Junebug. With unlocking Junebug, we head to the next stage. And the trick here is to stack coins early to buy 2 chocolate bars for movement speed boosts. Then, you gotta keep your multiplier at times 25 and obtain at least 60,000 points. I think it's a little less. But I unlocked my first S rank and also the hedge maze. Then I cleared that and unlocked Neighborhood Veteran. Neighborhood Veteran. Unlock all neighborhood stages. Perfect. Eventually, I unlocked all stages, including Pirate's Cove. I also unlocked Chimkin, who only has punctuation grenades. Key with him, group enemies, toss grenades, and boom. Easy, right? After my first run, I got an A rank, not quite an S rank, but I unlocked the trophy Neighborhood Family for unlocking all characters. The final character though, Ricky. And his loadout, ass, bro. All he has is coins, the wrench, no ammo, and the stenographer. So now I gotta clean up the S ranks for Gordon, Chimkin, and Ricky. And for doing so, that unlocks the tool, the tape cutter. See, this tool lets us open up tape doors in stage 4. You can only get it by earning the S rank with every character. And with the tape cutter unlocked, I fire up the main game, enabled all 11 cheats, and as soon as the game started, Cheater's Reward pops. Then, I head straight to stage 4, go to the garage, hit a secret button, and access the previous locked tape door. Inside, I grab the odd key, take my ass back to the hotel, and finally unlock the mysterious locked room. And just like that, Final Mystery trophy pops. The Final Mystery, because it gives us everything. And we got the freaking platinum for collecting all the trophies. Do you see this, bro? This is like a speedrunner's dream. This game had lore deeper than I expected. Boss fights I definitely wasn't ready for, and more backtracking than a Souls game with bad GPS. But we made it through. So if you enjoyed watching me suffer and eventually win, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell. Or else Ricky's showing up at your front door with the wrench and he gonna beat you up. I'm just kidding. But yo, let me know down in the comments below, what game should I platinum next? And while you're here, check out one of these bangers. But until next time, see you guys on the next one.